Hello, we're doing this video real classic style today. This is a vague plan and no real vision. I got this box because it was on Giga sale at my local game store because it's not something anyone like rational would want to buy, but it was on big time sale. And I'm building some kind of Inquisition Imperial Agents force. I don't really know why yet. I had this Gallows Knight, right? And I added all the guys hanging to him. We need an Inquisitor to lead this force. I'll probably make a couple Inquisitors. I don't know how many I'll end up actually using in games because Inquisitors aren't that good right now. But they are very cool lore-wise, so I want to include at least one in my army. Yeah, this box came with a whole bunch of freaks. I got the Sisters of Battle one too from my friends at Webway Games last time I was there. And between these two boxes, my goal is to make this fucker less embarrassing. He's a very silly model. They gave him a Stormcast diaper, and it's kind of sad because I feel like he used to be one of the sickest models from like the old Witch Hunter range. I don't know if I'll make him into a different version of this dude that like looks a little better. Or just like his own thing. The spur is pretty annoying looking. I can tell that already. I think I'm gonna have to like assemble him basically fully and then chop him up into bits after. Just cause like what's going on here? Like what am I supposed to do with this? And then maybe combine him with some of the Grey Knights pieces? I don't know. We don't have a vision here. I've been thinking about this idea for about as much time as this video has been rolling. I just saw him in the back of the box and I was like, something must be done. We're conceptualizing a plan in real time. So yeah, we're just gonna drip him out and we'll see where it goes. So we've gotten as far as here, and I think at this point it's time to deviate from the normal model. The chest plate, can already tell, is not gonna be my favorite. I haven't been following the instructions either. I've just been like building off this sprue, but based on the photo in the box, I can tell I'm probably not gonna love the chest plate when it's done. And I have all these really cool Grey Knight Terminator bits that I'm gonna try and tack on now and then do something with to improve it. I think structurally this one would be cool. I like the little bone dangling. This one with the ribbon could be neat also. So yeah, I don't know. I think starting with the Grey Knights though, it's gonna be my next step. This one's got the big ol' eye. I'm gonna go with the Inquisition one for him. It feels like, how can you not, kind of, too. All right, so that goes off. So obviously it doesn't conform to the surface super well, but I think if I clip it and then just green stuff in the rest, yeah, it's gonna probably be what has to happen. Goodbye, arm. I might need you later, I might not. This is how it works when you genuinely don't have a plan. I'm gonna need half of this bit. Oh, actually, I guess this was just the normal one I glued in, glued off. Yeah, we're not, none of that. He's still drying too. Ideally, you want to let this dry and then start clipping, but that's not what this is about. This is about a lack of vision and patience. Yeah, that already looks like it's gonna be fine with a little bit of green stuff. Can you see behind my fat fingers? You can see this? Yeah, my man's gonna be all right. Just gotta chop this down a little. Yeah, I might just start super gluing at some point. I like the plastic glue of this whole guy, but super glue is gonna make it way easier to just like let stuff dry and keep up the fluidity of chipping and chopping. Maybe we just cut our losses after this bit. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to super glue soon, I think. So this like bit's not supposed to go here, right? Unless I'm like kind of careful and precise with it, which I don't want to be right now. It'll probably look a little weird from one angle, so I'm just trying to make sure that most angles look okay. And any weirdness that is there at the end, like I'll just plan around that and like try and find some other bits to like cover it up or make it look either not noticeable or more deliberate, at least, if we can't stop it completely. It already just feels good having like a detailed chest plate on there instead. And from here, we just let him dry and start putting some more Grey Knight parts on after. So he's fully dry now. And I'm just gonna clip these two so that it's level-ish all the way around. I'm gonna start looking for some bits to fill this in with, and then maybe do the arm. The arm, I think, will help me understand what I should do with the rest of the pose. And also, just bearing in mind, like, where all this fur stuff is gonna go. I'm just making some milliput right now. If anyone doesn't know, milliput is like the same as green stuff, basically. You can smooth it with water easier. The consistency is a little different. Some people like strongly prefer one over the other. Some people mix them together. But yeah, I mean, functionally it's like green stuff. They're just like slightly different properties. Right now I'm using milliput because I can't find the other half of my green stuff and it's in front of me. But also I think it might be better in that it's like easier to smooth. I think if you want like a very like fingerprint free smooth surface, milliput can be a little easier for me at least, just because you can use water to smoothen, that helps a lot. But I mean, yeah, green stuff would be fine here too. I'm just like trying to gap fill this part. Most of this is going to be covered in bits after. I just need like something to lay down here so that I can put all the bits on top. I'm planning on putting this on somewhere. I don't know exactly where or how yet, but something like that. I'm probably gonna put some chains on too. I'm trying to have this guy match the Demon Hunters Codex, which is the same art that's on the new Imperial Agents book, for anyone who hasn't been in the trenches for quite long enough to remember Codex Demon Hunters. And I think that's better reference than looking at the old Coteaz model. Just feels like more exciting, trying to strive to make something that's like, you know, a little new instead of just copying an old sculpt. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna add a lot to it too. I'm definitely not just gonna try and copy that one for one. I'm just using a random brush I don't really care about, and I'm just gonna smooth it like so, while it's still wet, of course. While this is drying, maybe I'll move on to like the arm or a different part of the model that will avoid me deforming this constantly and like bumping it. It's definitely better to just leave this stuff alone and then come back to it when it's dry. The hammer from this box has the hand model like at the top like this because he's resting on it. Which is not what we're about. We want my man to be in action. I'll probably use this one for something else because it's a cool bit still, just not appropriate for what I'm going for. And instead, this hammer is from the Demon Hunters kit. The Grey Knight, whatever they call it, Grey Knight Terminators kit. And I think it'll look cool. So I'm gonna use this one instead. These are dudes who came in that big Strike Force box that I got. I'm gonna use the same right arm that he came with, because I don't really mind it. The design's like fine. And this way there's not a random Grey Knight Terminator who's missing a right arm. That's the main reason I'm actually doing it. I still literally don't know where the instructions are for this guy. I think I lost them within like minutes of getting the box. But I'm assuming that you're supposed to put the arm in first and the shoulder pad on top. If that looks bad, then we'll switch it. Oh, I have to clip off his hand still too. What am I? I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta find, I like recording this way more of it doing the voiceover. It feels more natural. I just gotta find a way to use my higher quality mic while doing this. Maybe we'll try and, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do that, because then people will be like, are you still gonna use your higher quality mic? But I'm gonna strive to do that. Maybe. Or I don't know. Does this microphone suck? Is this fine enough? I don't know. I feel like I'm a real stickler for audio quality. I feel like that stuff matters. Despite someone who has like pretty shitty audio quality consistently, it bothers me a lot. I appreciate it in other people's videos when they have their mic quality really good. So maybe we'll try and do that in the nearish future. So at least, I don't know. This feels wrong. It doesn't look right, right? Ugh, yeah. Plastic loop bonds better. I want this hand specifically to like not break off that much, so I'm gonna try and do it this way, but I work too impatiently for plastic glue. I make a huge fucking mess whenever I use it. I'll probably move back to the picker at some point for the rest, but yeah, whatever, it's fine for now. I'm just gonna fuck with this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or not, because doing like hard surface stuff is a bit outside my comfort zone, but I feel like it might be fine. If we push ourselves a little bit, I'm just gonna do like a very simple outline on this armor. I'm using a silicon tipped sculpting tool. A lot of different companies make these. A lot of like non-miniature companies make them too. It's just like really soft, so it's easy to make, or easier at least, to make indents like this. Fun fact about both green stuff and milliput is that it's actually like way easier to work with if you let it dry for a while first. Ideally, you're supposed to wait like at least like 10 minutes before touching your green stuff or milliput a lot of the time. I mean, it's like a personal preference thing, right? It also comes down to like what you want to use it for and what you're sculpting, obviously. But I think a lot of people don't know that at all, and it's something that helped me a lot when I learned it. So I'm gonna pass it on to you. Yeah, wait to let your clay dry a little bit before trying to use it, because it'll change the consistency a lot, and you might find it easier. Which is what I should be doing now, because now I feel like I'm fucking this up. And I wish I waited. Actually, looks fine. Once you put bits on it, it'll be okay. Now we just got a little groove. And we smooth it back out with our brush. And wait for the hand to dry. I'm just gonna glue the shoulder pad like normal. Hopefully my arm pose isn't insane. Yeah, that seems fine. Cool. All right, nice. I'm happy with that. Maybe just adjust this while it's still drying. That's one nice thing about the plastic glue is you gotta just like keep tweaking it a little bit until you get an angle. You like make the line of action just like a little closer to 45 degrees, and then resculpt this little outer ring a tiny bit. Now would be a great time to attach his left arm, which I think would be totally fine for this project, but I think I literally lost it. I don't know where it is, so we might just give him a new left arm. Fuck it, whatever. I don't know where his left arm is. We'll make him a new left arm. I've been trying to organize my bits a little better, and Marines are one of the factions I haven't gotten to yet, but I found this Space Marine scout arm, and that feels like it's gonna be about size appropriate, probably. So I think, yeah, we're just gonna go in with this and see how it looks. So I'm just gonna cut it at the shoulder, like here, glue it in, and then green stuff the rest. A lot of this process is usually just like cutting a little bit, wedging it in there, and being like, does this suck? Does this look good? You know, you just keep chopping off bits and wedging it back in until it doesn't suck anymore. It's the whole process. It's a lot of, oh no, that looks bad, that looks bad, that looks bad, and then finally you hopefully get something you do like, and then you're like, that's fine, I'm tired, I want to move on. What should I be doing? I don't know. I don't really know what to do with his hand. I wonder if there's like a cool prop we can give him around here somewhere. I don't even know where these came from. I just found this big pile of Death Watch bits. I think a friend might have left here, and hopefully they don't need all of them, assuming this is something no one's attached to. And now we're just gonna clip one of these off and use it instead, and we destroyed a Space Marine scout arm for no reason. Another common occurrence in the world of kit bashing. I destroy a lot of bits for no reason, but whatever. You know, it's a scout arm. Who gives a shit? It's in the name of creativity and experimentation. That's why we're doing this, right? It's fun. The reason why I don't like building kits the normal way, really, is you know what it's gonna be at the end, right? And with kit bashing, you don't. I don't know what this guy's gonna be. That lack of planning is also what makes it fun. So I think it's fine to destroy bits with an asterisk. I feel like more often I'm glad I like fucked around and came up with something cool than I am like sad that I like destroyed something or used something for like what wasn't the perfect project. I think it's always better to just like take the experimental route. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this arm yet. I think it'll be like neutral enough that this forward facing pose will be okay. And if not, the plastic glue is still drying, so I can probably just bend it back a little. I might give him there's like a bit from this kit, from the Grey Knight Terminator kit, that's just like holding a big bloodletter head. I think that would be sick, so I might do that. But I'm not sure. I want to have to see how it looks. So it ended up working out that I use this plastic glue because I do want to bend this now that I see the prop I want to have. We are going with the bloodletter head. I think it could benefit from just like being lowered a tiny bit. And after I'm done bending it, I'm just gonna put some more glue in there. So the bond isn't too weak. Ooh, this wrist needs to be scraped too, actually. Hold on. Just putting some super glue and zip kicker on there. It was too hard to get the pose exactly how I wanted it with the plastic glue. It was just like a very specific angle of the wrist, and I wanted a small gap here, but I'm gonna fill in with milliput now. Plastic glue is very useful for parts of this process, and super glue is more useful for others. So I like switching back and forth. Probably something like that for the wrist. Maybe a little more. Give it a very small spray. Some people, if you haven't used zip kicker before, I see a lot of people spray it. Here, I'll do one as a demonstration, but I like never ever spray it this way typically. You just go like, you do a big ass spray like that, right? Where you just like apply the full pressure down and it sprays like a can of primer. How I usually spray this stuff is just like applying pressure, like a hard amount, but then like just slowly leaning into it. So that you just get, oh, that was too much even. It's more than I would normally do. Just like that, just like a trickle or a squirt. Yeah, you don't need to use that much zip kicker. Just a little bit is good. And it smells really bad and I don't like getting it everywhere, so yeah, try and use less zip kicker. You might be using more zip kicker than you need to. One of the biggest problems of this model is just like a lack of detail. So we're gonna try and fix that. The art I'm referencing, he's got like a book and a bunch of random shit attached to his leg and chest. And I think doing the same on this will make him look cool. He also has like this like flowing robe that comes up around here, and I'm gonna try and recreate that. Maybe with clay, maybe with bits. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna see what I have. Yeah, I think like just giving him a lot more detail on this area will help significantly. I'm gonna start by gluing this book here, I think. I'm just gonna look for like more random details and glue like some stuff on the shoulder pad too, probably. So the original illustration has this like cloak that I mentioned earlier that flows everywhere. I think if I had like a thin sheet of brass that I could cut, I might use that, but I don't have any right now. Brass you can use to like make different shapes by cutting it out and then bending it, but instead I have all these purity seals. These are from the Repentia kit. They're like a bit longer and flowier than the Grey Knight ones, so I think they work better for this specific purpose. I'm just kind of gluing them wherever it feels appropriate. Using plastic glue here, so if I don't like the placement, I can just like take it off and adjust it. Sometimes it's like, even holding it up to the model, it's like hard for me to visualize exactly how it's gonna look, and I have to like actually glue it in place and like rotate it and putz around and see it from different angles until I decide if I'm happy with it or not. Yeah, that's all we're doing here. I also added that little cloth I talked about earlier, which would have been easier in hindsight before the bloodletter head, but whatever. Again, experimentation, it's fun. Just stay engaged and actually be happy with the process itself. Servo skulls are very cool, but they always break off on me, especially as someone who usually like travels with models and plays with them quite a bit. I don't think I'll play with this guy that much. I think I'll mostly just be a display piece, but even then, I'm worried about it breaking off. So I'm just gonna drill a tiny hole in here to give it a bit more surface area to it here too. The original model has like a cherub behind him. If I can find a cherub, maybe I'll choose a cherub, but I think I used all my cherubs a long time ago. I don't know if I have any left. I guess maybe I'll break one off an old model. Wait, hold up. Let me look if I have any cherubs I don't care about that I can give to him instead. So I have this old attack bike from the Dark Angels video I made a few years ago, which I'm not really attached to. I'm definitely not opposed to breaking this off, but I think it's going to be too tall, and I'd rather, if I'm going to destroy this old model, I'd rather save it for something I think is more worth it. This is Tyler's bid sacrifice vlog. We just cut this staff in half, and we're going to see if it looks good or if it sucks. This could be usable somewhere, so I'm just going to clip that off now. Probably not going to make it into the top part here. I'm trying to do this part of him is like a little halo crown area, maybe something like that, and then like drilling through, cool space for it up top. It's looking a little busy to me. Maybe like that. That's kind of okay. I mean, I don't want it to go in his head slot. We're not going full sicko mode here. It's something like that, and like a man's head in front still. So let's just like try and drill in here. I put a bunch of like spindly shit in the back, which is drying still, and I can feel myself bumping it. It's not good. So I'll fix that real quick and start drilling here. Gotta clip this back. Oh, there's a skull. What the fuck? This is a double-sided skull. I like don't know if I would have noticed that. I think it would have taken me a while. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna clip this back. I don't know which part's the back. Which one's the back skull now? Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna clip this one so that I can fit snugly against this little robe thing. And something like that? I don't fucking know. If this doesn't work out, I might just like heat gun bend this dude back to make some more room. Head like a hole? More like head got a hole. More like got a hole for a head. Got a whole goddamn hole where his head should be. Whole head, empty head, only a hole. Empty hole, gotta put in a head. The delirium is in full swing, folks. Dude, that's too many skulls. That looks insane. We gotta get this skull out of there. Fuck, I did kind of a good job gluing it in too. Now I'm like worried. Maybe we keep the first skull and then give up this new skull. I don't know. They can't be next to each other. It's too many skulls. Ah, oh, god damn it. Oh, I was really happy with how this looked too. Here, I'll clip it. Who cares? It's fine. You can change things. You can change things and make them worse, and it's fine. I regret that already. Oh my god, dude. Alright, well, yeah. So now this back part didn't need to be clipped. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this, bro. This is a Carnifex cover of a Nine Inch Nails song, by the way. Imagine getting a copyright strike over the Carnifex cover of a Nine Inch Nails song. Sheesh. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know how much of that was in focus. That's where we're at now. Oh, that's a good bald guy. That's how you sculpt a fucking bald guy. Damn. All right, this is perfect. No one ever uses the unhelmeted Grey Knight heads, anyways. No one's gonna recognize this bit, except you, dear viewer. Smooth baldy down a little more. Please fit. Fuck. doesn't fit. All right, we might have to fuck up all this work we just did. So I think I care more about his head. Yeah, I care more about this head than I do any of that. Of making the circumference of the hole bigger doesn't work, then I'll probably just like move it back here or something instead. And then still keep this bit, but like, yeah, push it further back. I think that'll look fine. There's surely a more efficient way to do this. Wait, let me try using the drill. Yeah, kinda. It should work. Fill this sucker up with glue. Not put the head on backwards. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I had to trim the bottom down a lot to get it to fit. A lot of this shit is like putting something in, being like, no, if it doesn't fit, clipping off parts, putting it back on, etc. over and over and over and over again. That looks pretty okay, I think. Okay, so we make a new hole for this bit, and then hopefully that will look okay. I only had to ruin 3 extremely sick bits in the process, which I don't think are a ruin. It's fun to speak hyperbolically, but I can use this stuff elsewhere. Maybe even on his base. I don't know. Maybe I will give him the second servo skull somehow. I want to. I just don't know like where it makes sense and what like look fucking goofy. Yeah. Trimmed it down a little bit. That looks good. Damn, he's like a real guy now. It's nice finally having the head on there. I might add something to this like front part of the armor paneling. I think that could be cool. Don't know what, but I have a lot of like small bits. I guess the camera hasn't really seen this. Here's what I've been working from. I just like grabbed all the spurs around my home I could find that felt like they kind of made sense for this project and just stuck them in this big pile. I've just been churning through for inspiration whenever I feel like I need an extra something. Let's look for a tiny decorative bit. Final thing is gonna be taking these flames from the Panadette engine and then gluing them on his base so that I can add like a little bit of like OSL color variety later. I think that will look cool as hell. Ow, fuck. Ow, I knew what happened once. Fuck. Is this in frame? No, of course not. Flaming hammer, dude? Maybe. I don't know. That's like a Salamander's thing though, right? I don't want him to look like that psychic, actually. I think it's better without it. It looks cool, but I feel like it implies like things lore-wise that I'm like not about. I think this is just like he's just like a suited up dude, you know? He's covered in like $200,000 worth of jewelry and gear, but I don't think he necessarily has psychic powers himself. Yeah, I think he's just like a studious guy who like is insanely rich. Like he bought himself a really, really expensive combat suit. I kind of want to give him like an Inquisitor's hat. That's like the one thing I might think about. I'm gonna be cosplaying as an Inquisitor for this event. I mean, I was gonna make like a separate Inquisitor guy, but maybe this is just my Inquisitor guy. I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool to have like a non-fighter Inquisitor who's just kind of like scheming in the back, but mechanically in Warhammer 40,000 10th edition currently, that like doesn't really do anything for you. He will probably just suck and not accomplish a lot each game. I want to think about it. I'm gonna put him down for a minute. I'm gonna come back in a sec. Yeah, he's looking pretty good though. All in all, I'm pretty happy with him. I think we're just gonna put some rocks on the base and call it a day. And that's my Inquisitor. I hope you like this video because I'm gonna make another Inquisitor, I think. And also we're gonna paint this guy. My new video schedule that I'm trying really hard to meet, at least as a bare minimum, is every Tuesday I'm gonna do a video. And if you're a member of the channel on YouTube, sometimes you'll get one early, but sometimes I'll have a busy week and not finish a video before Tuesday, like tonight. I'm recording this past midnight on Tuesday, so if you're up really late for some reason, then you get to watch it now if you're a member. Wow. There's some new t-shirts in the web store. I still am going to start selling some orc models, but I want to document them and like clean them up a little bit first. And if you bought any World Eater stuff, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. They're basically all sold now. I think it's just the Lower Zen Juggernaut left. Yeah, this is a fun challenge though. I liked taking a model I like really didn't like and then trying to make it something I was actually excited about. And yeah, it was just one model for my upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 point Imperium Inquisition army that I'm working on, so I'll have more of them soon. Thanks to everybody on Patreon. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.